Good morning, Curtis here. I got to do a video on how when we're interacting with people on subjects, and I'm going to just divide it into deep thinkers and shallow thinkers, or common thinkers, the 80-20 rule. Now, I don't want to put anybody in you're just a common, you never think person. But I want to explain why some things, like a subject, let's say health and wellness, I'm going to go deep on you. You go, that's deep thinking, critical thinking, and that's where it comes from. So I don't want to. I'm not tagging and saying that one person is just common all the time, because it's the subject matter that you're interested in. Like if I start saying quilt making, I've got friends that, oh my God, they'll go deep on you. But if I say health and wellness, and that's not a subject matter that you're concerned with, or you don't have a problem with, it's a no big deal. It's a swipe left, it's a swipe right. Okay, y'all see what I'm saying? So us that have to repair, we have to do critical thinking. I have to do the critical thinking for you to repair your appliance. Okay, and if it's not a problem, you don't care. You swipe. If you're wanting to do a health journey, you'll listen, you'll tune in, you pay attention. If not, you swipe. Now, when you get critical thinking going on, it's usually something you're interested in, and you go into the depth of it. Now, when you run across people and you bring up a subject and they have been in the depth of it, they're going to want to have a conversation with you, but you really didn't want to know all of that information. So you're, in that case, a shallow thinker. You just want surface, level one communication. You don't want to go deep. I don't want to know everything about you. Now, how does that apply in relationship? Let's say in a society that we are just community type people, and we talk and we're kind of naive about things, and so we talk about things, right? Well, when you get burned or you have a couple bad relationships, you start becoming more critical, a critical, deeper thinker. You're wanting to see what's behind the scene. Oh, so-and-so, Billy Bob or whatever, he was looking all good on the surface. And guess what? Once I got in a relationship with him, he wasn't all that, and it was some deep thing. So I'm a little more critical about who I get involved in a relationship with that level. And friends, and things changing. But you understand things are changing. Your situation changes, and so now that person didn't think much about the deep problem that could have resulted by doing this and that in circumstance, and they become their own worst critic. We start criticizing ourselves for our failures, and we haven't solved our problem, the original problem that caused, or something that was made aware as our flaw, because we weren't thinking. I don't need to worry about what I say. Well, it can be critical, because then you don't have any friends, because you didn't learn to communicate. Example, okay? I didn't think managing my money was all that big of a deal, because I always had money. Well, now you lose your job, it becomes critical. And when you ain't got the money and your spouse is expecting you to have some, they start criticizing you. You're in critical thinking, when what you should be focused on is the problem that you have. We have a lack of money. I'm going to focus on earning income. We have bills. Car's broke. Emotions don't fix broke cars. You need a critical mechanic. And if you haven't been studying auto mechanics, you're going to have to take it to the guy down the road that spends his time being a critical thinker about repairing the appliance or the car. You're a common thinker. You don't sit around and study wash machines. You don't study how to build something or make something, houses or whatever. Somewhere out there is a critical, troubleshooting thinker, and you hire that person. That's not anything interested in. But don't become a critic if you're a common. No, you're a common thinker. You don't know about it. You don't care. It doesn't interest you. You're not going to have a conversation about health and supplements and working out in the gym, or you're not going to have a basket weaving or fixing cars. You're not interested in it. It's the subject matter you're not interested in, and you haven't gone deep into it. Now, there are a lot of people that we listen to everything that's said common. in the world. And if you don't stop and think about, is that true, you will be led astray. We are a society that listens to YouTube, and we don't focus on what was said, and we don't critically thinking about what the person said. We saw a post on Facebook, and we are letting things come into our mind, and we are not thinking about it, and it is building up. And that is why our world is in such a mess, because we didn't separate the truth from lies. We have allowed a lot of fear coming in, and a lot of worry and anxiety, and it'll eat you up inside. And then you have a major event happen in your life that didn't happen to other people, like the loss of a spouse. You will become a critical, deep thinker, and you will even question yourself. And it's a critical time. And then you'll find you have critical friends that are going through things, or they're going to criticize your idea of going and doing this, and now you're going to get hit with double whammies. Become a critical thinker at that point. Separate, and don't just listen to common people having a common, ordinary day because they got income and they're having all kind of fun and they're doing okay. They're not in the same common situation that you're in. You know, you just went through a divorce, and you're talking to all the divorced women or the divorced men. Y'all have things in common. The married couples are not in common with you. Okay? That is why we start getting these different little pee-pee contests, because your situation is totally different. You're a male, you're a female. Hope that helps, and I'm going to get off of here on that. Everything is not common, but we all need critical thinking. What are you thinking? Amen. Hope that helps.